everyone, thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I am so excited to be sharing some new goodies that I got. I ended up ordering the latest Trendmood box. I am a huge follower of Trendmood on Instagram, and so I had seen that Farsali was going to be releasing a new primer. The only other primer I use from Farsali is this one here. This is the Skin Tune Blur Primer. I feel like not a lot of people love this, but I really enjoy it. I actually just repurchased this one maybe about a month ago. So it just goes to show how much I actually really enjoy it. I don't think I've actually shown it in any of my videos, but it is a great primer. Now this one here, I was really intrigued because my T-zone tends to get really oily throughout the day, especially on the sides of my nose and like my chin area. So this primer here is a liquid powder. It is oil balancing serum with French pink clay. So I was immediately excited to try this out when I saw that on Trendmood. Then I saw Dominique Cosmetics was releasing another palette. It was the Latte 2, and it's this one right here. And this is the packaging for that. So I love her original Latte palette. I'm a huge fan of it. There's not one shade in there that's a dud. Everything performs so magically. I mean, Dominique did a great job with her line. I don't have any of her other palettes just because the shades didn't speak to me, but the moment I saw the shades in this palette, I knew that this was going to be for me. So lo and behold, Trendmood ended up announcing that these two products, along with these Sigma brushes that she collaborated with, were going to be included in her next Trendmood box, which is the volume 2. So I got on it. I made sure I signed up for early access, and I was on my email even 30 minutes before the launch time because I knew I was going to be getting an email before it actually launched where everybody else would have access to purchase it. So I kept checking my email. The moment I got the code to purchase it, I mean, I was on it because for what that box cost, and these would have cost me individually, I mean, the box was so worth it. In the box, there was also an eye cream as well as a facial cleanser, and I just could not be happier with this purchase. Honestly, it was so worth it because these products alone, they're pricey, so it was so worth it for me. And another thing I'm going to be showing you guys today is me using for the very first time the Blendiful. So this is the newest launch from Tati Beauty. Oh my gosh, this is such an innovative idea. I mean, I thought it was brilliant. As soon as I watched her video and saw how she was applying this and how she was saying that you can just use this one thing to do your entire face, I was intrigued. So another thing that immediately once it was released, I was there to purchase it because I had to try this out myself. This is so great. So you get two little like velour, I guess they're like velour, I'm not sure. Well, they're Blendifuls. So you get two different sizes. This one right here is for you to apply. You can apply creams, liquids, or powders with this here. Do a full face of makeup. And then this one is for you to keep in your purse to kind of touch up throughout the day with. So this I obviously am not using in today's video, but this I am sharing with you guys my experience with it, using it for the very first time. It's a little bit pathetic, I'm not gonna lie, but I am gonna keep practicing until I get good at it because this is very promising. So before we get into the demo, I do want to ask you to consider subscribing to my channel. I do not have a set schedule, but I do try to post as often as I possibly can. And the majority of my videos are reviews, but I do like to also do a few tutorials here and there and some roundup videos as well. So if that interests you, make sure to hit the little subscribe button. I'm shaking this really good here. So to prime the face, I'm going to use this new one from Farsali. It's called the Liquid Powder. It's an oil balancing serum with French pink clay. So I know we can use the Blendiful to apply primer as well, but I'm not going to do that with this because the directions say to shake well and apply over entire face or to oily areas and massage into skin until fully absorbed. So since it's my first time using this, I want to use it how they're telling us to use it. So I'm going to blend it in with my fingers. So this right here is how it looks. It's like a little cloudy. So I'll just put a few drops here. That was 3. And then It's got a nice scent. Kind of minty. I don't exactly know what it smells like, but it's a little minty. So I'm just gonna apply this here where I get oily, which is around my nose area, between my eyebrows, and like it's really the entire T-zone. So this is just the areas where I'm gonna apply this. And then you know what? I will do another primer, and then we'll use the Blendiful for the other primer, because Tati did say to use a pore filling primer when using the Blenderful. So let's follow those directions. Let me open up this packet here. So you get two kind of velour puffs in here. So with this bigger one, we should be able to apply an entire face of makeup, whereas this small little heart-shaped one is more for like on the go, like touching up and stuff. So we'll save that. So this feels nice and soft. So for primer, then I'm gonna go ahead and use my Timeless Smoothing Primer from Tarte. And now, should I be picking it up with this? Maybe, hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna grab one corner of this and then just pick up some product here. Grab my mirror, and then I'm just gonna start kind of pressing this in place. That. Not sure that applied anything. I'm gonna grab some more. I didn't really pick up much the first time around, so okay. I'm just applying this here where I do have my larger pores. Okay, there is that. The primer is on, fully primed there. So for foundation, I'm going to use this one from Guerlain. It's the L'Essentiel, and I use the shade 04N. And then just go straight into apply. Ooh, I think I picked up too much. Oh, okay, this is a little awkward. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. How do I apply this? Okay, maybe I want to kind of do like rolling motions. Now I forgot. How was she applying it? Ugh. Okay, so I guess instead I'm doing tapping motions. And then I'll do the rolling motions, I guess. I feel completely lost with this right now. I don't know. Okay, let's see. I'll pick up a little bit more. Maybe I should swipe it on first and then do the tapping motions. I feel like I'm getting like the entire area here. I was trying to just use a corner. I really love how when this is folded, you can really get into like smaller crevices, go around your lips. It definitely doesn't seem like it's absorbing a lot of the product, so that is definitely good. Okay, so I do like the finish that it gave this foundation. I'm just spreading down whatever I have left here because this foundation is definitely a little bit dark for me. So I like how my foundation looks over my skin using this. I feel like it really pressed it in. Next, before I go in with my concealer, I'm going to apply some of the Tantour from Huda Beauty, and I have mine in light. So I really like to use this with this KKW Beauty brush, and I'm a little bit nervous, to tell you guys the truth, to be using it this time with a sponge. So that's why I'm gonna do this before my concealer in case I spread it too much. So we'll go ahead and dip into this. I'm gonna use the same corner. So I'll pick some up there and see what happens here. Oh. Okay, that was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. Now I'm feeling a little bit more confident with this. Okay, that was really easy. All right. Wow. Okay. I'm impressed with that. Really impressed with that. Okay, so now some concealer. Let's use the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I have Golden Beige. Let's see what happens here. So let's use another edge here. And then this I also have folded because I want to make sure I can get into the inner portion of my eye here. Okay, that did a really good job. All right. I mean, it feels a little weird, but more so because I'm not used to using a velour puff. Well, this isn't, what is this really? It's not a velour puff, but it's of some sort, right? So I guess just more the idea of it. It feels weird, but not like in a bad way. It just feels different. I have extra foundation here, so I'm going to pick it up and try to add more coverage here, like on my chin. Just wherever I have more blemishes. So using my Huda Beauty Easy Bake powder in the shade Cupcake, I'm going to use another corner. Okay, that did a really good job at smoothing out my under eye. The only thing, I don't know if I did something wrong, but I kind of see some redness here peeking through that was initially covered. Let's see this other side. Oh, definitely using more powder this time. Oh my gosh, that looks really good. Okay, what happened on this side? Picking up some more of that powder. I have like fresh acne coming out right here, so I'm not sure if maybe that's why. I think it's more my skin and the products that I'm using. I'm not going to blame it on the Blenderful because my right side looks so good. Okay, so let me just set right here on my nose. Actually, let me use this other powder. I'm going to use this one from Clé de Peau. This is a pressed powder. It's the 101 Blooming Cherry. We'll just see. This I'm definitely doing like that rolling motion to set the rest of the foundation. Oh, careful around the brows. Besides obviously all the acne and texture that I have, my skin is looking so good. Like this is really just pressing all of the products into my skin, making it just look very seamless. Oh wow, I am loving this. Okay. So I have no idea at what point my camera stopped recording, so that really sucks. But the last step I did was pick up some powder highlighter. So I'm using Benefit's Cookie. So again, with a folded edge, I picked some in there, and then I did try to tap off some of the excess on the back of my hand there, and then I started just kind of doing like small stippling motions where I wanted to apply the highlighter. And so I already have it on both sides there. So I did a pretty good job at applying it, but now I'm going to turn it over to like a clean edge here to kind of go around this highlighter here. I brought this one down with me. This is the Nars Orgasm liquid blush. I think I'm just gonna pick some up with my finger. Let's spread it to this other cheek. Okay, this looks like it's actually applying really nicely. Then again, moving it to a clean side to just press this in. Okay, so overall, I think this is really good, really nice. For me, it's a little bit of a learning curve, but once I get this down and packed, I think it's gonna be really awesome. Because so far, I like it. But yeah, it just feels a little weird. It's not something I'm used to using. So it is gonna take a little bit of practice. I went ahead and primed my eyes using the Fenty Beauty eye primer. And now let's get into this Latte 2 palette from Dominique Cosmetics. When I saw that she was coming out with a Latte 2 and then I saw the inside of it, I knew I had to have this. And I'm not even sure if this palette has yet been released on the Dominique Cosmetics website, but if not yet, it's gonna be coming out really, really soon. So I'm also gonna use some of the brushes that came in the Trendmood Volume 2 box. Trendmood partnered up with Sigma and created this eye trio. Honestly, I don't know if these are existing eye brushes that Sigma already has, that they just put Trendmood's name on it and made the handles purple, or if like Trendmood designed these herself. But I have tried a few Sigma brushes, not many, but I do have a few. Actually, the one that I really love and I use quite often is this E38 brush. So I really like that one. So we'll just go ahead and give these a try. But real quick, let me go ahead and insert a picture of these swatches. The first shade you see here is Cafecito, Coffee Beans, Café con Leche, Frothy, Blonde Roast, Drizzle, Iced Coffee, Frappe, Strawberry Milk, and Matcha. Out of the 10 shades in this palette, 7 are mattes, and then the other 3 are like these real beautiful shimmer shades. Oh gosh, her shimmer shades are really, really nice. They've got like these really tiny particles of glitter in them, but to me it's more of a sophisticated glitter that it has. Just beautiful, so beautiful. So let's go ahead and first use this E35 brush, and picking up the shade Blonde Rose, which is this yellow one right there. We'll just go ahead and apply this Blonde Rose here above the crease. I think all of the shades in this palette are really nice. Definitely something I would reach for, except for the matcha one. I do wish it was a little bit more of a deeper green than this kind of bright minty green. I mean, it's still a nice color. I'm sure I'll use it at some point. Her shadows are so pigmented. I love her formula. Just very easy to blend. Same brush, I'm gonna pick up Cafecito. And then applying this straight into the crease here. I'm blending. Look at how pigmented this is. And this brush is so nice and soft. I've only made one purchase from Sigma in the past, and that's where that other brush came from that I showed you guys. But they're nice, and I think, I mean, they're pretty affordable, aren't they? Okay, I was not planning on bringing this all the way in, but I had picked up so much of that like, I just had to spread it. I'm gonna have to fix the edges here momentarily. I'm gonna go in with Café con Leche, and I'm going to still using the same brush. I'm gonna go around the edges here, try to tone this down a little bit and further blend. So I took that out a little bit too much, so grabbing this Blendiful again and picking up some more of that loose powder we used earlier. I'm gonna create a line. I just saw somebody do this technique. And it was great. Like, yeah, if you ever kind of go a little bit too far with your eyeshadow, just do this. And I've known about this, but I completely forgot. And I can't remember now who I saw do this just recently. Using the pencil brush, let's go into this darker shade, the coffee bean shade. And then I'm gonna run this on the bottom lash line. I'm not gonna take it all the way in, just pretty much where my pupil ends. And then just to create some dimension, let's pick up some more of that shade and line the top lash line before I go in with one of those shimmer shades. Go into iced coffee. There's a lot of kickback with that one, so you want to be careful. And I'm using the other Sigma brush, the E25. We'll apply this on the outer portion of the lid. Actually, I'm going to do the entire lid. And then we'll go over with the lighter shade. It's so pretty. Oh, I love these kind of shades. Wow, it was so easy to create this look. So now let's go in with Frappe. Start with the E25 brush. I'm just going to lightly go over this here in the middle of the lid and then taking it up to the crease. Just to create a little bit of dimension. I'm going to add a little bit more of this coffee bean here in my bottom lash line. I do want to deepen this up a little bit more. And then I'm going to wipe off whatever pigment's still on that brush, the pencil brush. Really good here because I'm going to use it to highlight the inner corner of the eyes using the shade Frappe. Café con leche right here for the brow bone. And here we are with the completed look. Now real quickly, I'm just gonna go over the new products that I demoed in today's video. This Farsali primer is, I mean, it's nice. It felt nice on the skin. It did feel a little bit like powdery, like really smooth once it set into the skin really well. So that's nice. I'm really excited to see how it's gonna hold up. Now, as far as this guy here, the Blendiful, I think this is great. The moment that she showed this and kind of showed in her video how she uses it, I knew I was really going to like this. Like I mentioned while I was demoing this though, it's definitely going to take me a little bit to get used to it. Right now, I mean, I love how my skin looks. I feel like it did a really good job at applying the foundation. Everything I applied really great with this. The only downfall from using this as opposed to a beauty blender is the fact that I can't wash it and then use it, because typically right before I sit down to apply my makeup, I'll wash my dirty beauty blender that I might have used the day before, and then because those are used wet, I just come in and start doing my makeup. Whereas this, I would probably have to wash right after using it so that I can use it, well, the next day or the next few days. Because the good thing about this too is you can flip this over and then use the other side as well. So that's awesome. Also, if you have less steps in your routine, you can probably just use like one side of this and use the other clean sides for like the following days that you apply your makeup. But I would just, I guess, use this twice and then make sure I wash it. Good thing I did buy 2 of those. And then this right here, I don't know, this is definitely a little bit more, I mean, it's not stiff, but it's more dense. So we'll see. I mean, it's for touching up, so I don't know. I mean, it feels nice. It's a cute little size. It's a cute little heart shape, so that's nice. And then this also you can flip over if you want. So far I like that. I am still going to have to practice a little bit. I haven't quite mastered that yet, but I will continue practicing with it because I think it's very innovative, and it was such a great idea for Tati to come up with something like this, especially because she is somebody that loves her velour puff. So for sure happy with that. The Sigma brushes worked really great. These three here. Actually, these are the only brushes I use for today's eye look. How impressive. They work really, really well. The palette, I loved the palette. This is so beautiful. Quality is amazing. Just like her original Latte palette, just as good. Honestly, I cannot say anything bad about this palette. It's just amazing, and I'm so happy I have it. I love this eye look. It was just super easy to create. Alright guys, so that is it as far as today's video. I hope you enjoyed the products I demoed today. If you did, please make sure to give me a thumbs up. That really does help me out a lot. And while you're there, do not forget to subscribe so you do not miss out on any of my future videos. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Until next time.